The Anunnaki are a group of deities in ancient Mesopotamian cultures, including the Sumerians, Akkadians, Assyrians, and Babylonians. The name Anunnaki is derived from the Sumerian words an, sky, and ki, earth. According to the myths, the Anunnaki were the offspring of the sky god Anu and the earth goddess Ki, or Ninhursag. Before we start, we'd like to ask for your support. If you enjoy our video, please hit the like button. This will help us reach more people and create content for you. Now let's get started with today's video. The concept of the Anunnaki, originating from ancient Mesopotamian mythology, does not appear directly in the Bible. However, there are some interpretations and theories that attempt to link the Anunnaki with biblical texts. To fully explore this, it's essential to delve into the origins and mythology of the Anunnaki. Examine their roles and significance in ancient Mesopotamian culture, and then discuss how some modern theorists and fringe scholars attempt to connect them with biblical narratives. The Anunnaki in Mesopotamian mythology. Origins and name. The Anunnaki are a group of deities that come from the mythology of the Sumerians, who lived in Mesopotamia, an ancient region located in modern-day Iraq. The name Anunnaki is believed to derive from the Sumerian words an, heaven, and ki, earth. They were considered the offspring of Anu, the sky god, and Ki, or Ninhursag, the earth goddess. Hierarchy and roles. In the Mesopotamian pantheon, the Anunnaki were part of a divine assembly that included a hierarchy of gods and goddesses. Key members included Anu, the supreme god of the sky and the head of the pantheon. Enlil, the god of air, wind, and storms, often considered the most powerful and influential deity after Anu. Enki, Ea, the god of water, wisdom, and creation, known for his role in human affairs and his beneficial influence on humanity. Anunna, Ishtar, the goddess of love, beauty, war, and fertility. One of the most prominent and complex deities in Mesopotamian mythology, the Anunnaki were believed to have various roles, from overseeing aspects of nature to being involved in human destiny. Some myths suggest they were responsible for the creation of humans and that they judged the fates of humans in the afterlife. The Epic of Gilgamesh. One of the most famous references to the Anunnaki comes from the Epic of Gilgamesh, an ancient Mesopotamian poem that includes tales of gods and heroes. In this epic, the Anunnaki are depicted as divine judges who meet in the underworld to determine the fate of humanity. Theories connecting Anunnaki to the Bible. While the Anunnaki are not mentioned in the Bible, some modern theorists, particularly those influenced by the works of Zecharia Sitchin, propose that there are connections between the Anunnaki and biblical texts. Sitchin's theories, presented in his series of books titled The Earth Chronicles, suggest that the Anunnaki were ancient astronauts from the planet Nibiru who visited Earth and influenced early human civilizations. According to Sitchin, the Anunnaki are linked to the biblical Nephilim. The Nephilim, in the Bible, particularly in the book of Genesis, Genesis chapter 6 verses 1 to 4, the Nephilim are described as the offspring of the sons of God and the daughters of men. The passage reads, "When human beings began to increase in number on the earth and daughters were born to them, the sons of God saw that the daughters of humans were beautiful, and they married any of them they chose. Then the Lord said, My spirit will not contend with humans forever, for they are mortal. Their days will be 120 years. The Nephilim were on the earth in those days, and also afterward, when the sons of God went to the daughters of humans and had children by them. They were the heroes of old, men of renown." Some theorists suggest that the Nephilim were the Anunnaki, proposing that the sons of God were actually extraterrestrial beings, the Anunnaki, who interbred with humans. This interpretation is not supported by mainstream biblical scholarship or archaeology, but it remains a popular idea in fringe circles. Biblical interpretation and scholarly perspective. Mainstream biblical scholarship. Mainstream scholars do not support the connection between the Anunnaki and the Bible. The term Nephilim has been subject to various interpretations, but most biblical scholars agree that the passage in Genesis is enigmatic and open to different readings. Some interpretations suggest the Nephilim were giants or fallen angels, but there is no consensus that they were extraterrestrial beings. Ancient astronaut theory. The ancient astronaut theory, popularized by authors like Erich von Daniken and Zecharia Sitchin, posits that ancient deities described in various mythologies were actually visitors from other planets. According to this theory, these visitors, including the Anunnaki, were mistaken for gods by early humans due to their advanced technology and knowledge. Sitchin's work, in particular, draws parallels between Mesopotamian texts and the Bible. suggesting that the Anunnaki's influence can be seen in biblical stories. For example, he interprets the story of the Great Flood in the Epic of Gilgamesh as being related to the biblical account of Noah's Ark, with the Anunnaki playing a role similar to that of God in the Bible. Criticisms of the Anunnaki Bible connection: lack of direct evidence. Critics of the Anunnaki Bible connection point out that there is no direct evidence in either the Bible or Mesopotamian texts to support the claim that the Anunnaki were extraterrestrial beings or that they influenced biblical narratives. The connections made by theorists like Sitchin are often based on speculative interpretations rather than concrete archaeological or textual evidence. Misinterpretation of ancient texts. Scholars also argue that theorists like Sitchin often misinterpret or selectively read ancient texts to fit their hypotheses. For instance, Sitchin's translation and interpretation of Sumerian texts have been widely criticized by experts in the field for being inaccurate and misleading. Cultural context. Understanding the cultural and religious context of ancient Mesopotamian and biblical texts is crucial. The gods and myths of Mesopotamia were deeply embedded in the worldview of the people of that time. Just as the stories in the Bible were shaped by the beliefs and experiences of the ancient Israelites. Drawing direct connections between the two without considering these contexts oversimplifies the complex nature of ancient religious thought. In recent times, the Anunnaki have been popularized in various pseudo-historical theories and works of speculative fiction. Some modern theories, popularized by authors like Zecharia Sitchin, suggest that the Anunnaki were actually ancient astronauts or extraterrestrial beings who visited Earth in antiquity and played a role in human development. These theories are not supported by mainstream historians or archaeologists and are considered fringe science. The concept of the Anunnaki has had a significant impact on popular culture. Appearing in books, movies, and video games, their mythology continues to fascinate people interested in ancient civilizations and speculative history. Functions. The Anunnaki played various roles in Mesopotamian mythology, including overseeing different aspects of the natural world and human society. They were also associated with the underworld and were believed to judge the fates of humans. The Anunnaki were believed to reside in the heavens and were involved in the creation of the human race. They were part of a divine council and were often depicted as powerful and influential beings. Some modern theories, popularized by authors like Zecharia Sitchin, suggest that the Anunnaki were actually ancient astronauts or extraterrestrial beings who visited Earth in antiquity and played a role in human development. These theories are not supported by mainstream historians or archaeologists and are considered fringe science. The ancient astronaut theory. The ancient astronaut theory suggests that many ancient deities, including the Anunnaki, were actually extraterrestrial visitors who brought advanced technology and knowledge to early human societies. This theory has been popularized by books, documentaries, and television shows like Ancient Aliens. Connection to the Bible. Some theorists attempt to link the Anunnaki to biblical narratives, particularly the Nephilim mentioned in the book of Genesis. The Nephilim are described as the offspring of the sons of God and the daughters of men. These theorists suggest that the Anunnaki and the Nephilim might be the same entities, proposing that the sons of God were actually the Anunnaki. Conclusion. The Anunnaki, as described in ancient Mesopotamian mythology, were a group of deities who played significant roles in the creation and governance of the world. They were part of a rich and complex pantheon that influenced the religious and cultural life of the Sumerians, Akkadians, Babylonians, and Assyrians. Modern theories connecting the Anunnaki to the Bible, particularly those suggesting that they were extraterrestrial beings who influenced early human civilizations, are not supported by mainstream scholarship. These theories, while intriguing and popular in certain circles, often rely on speculative interpretations and lack direct evidence from historical texts and archaeological findings. The fascination with the Anunnaki and their supposed connections to biblical narratives reflects a broader human interest in exploring our origins and understanding the ancient world. While these theories provide interesting material for discussion and entertainment, they remain on the fringes of scholarly research and should be approached with a critical and informed perspective. Please subscribe my YouTube channel. I hope you like this video. Thank you.